my wife is half Japanese and half white, and I'm black. I'm an African American. So my daughters are 50% black, 25% Japanese, 25% white. And it's a beautiful mix. They're beautiful little girls, but there's lots of challenges that come along with that. My mom and dad always taught me when it came to racism, some people just aren't going to like you just because of the color of your skin. And I remember thinking about that, like, that's not fair. I'm a good person. I love people. We have the same... No, they're just not gonna like you, Doyin. You gotta figure it out. Raising multiracial girls in America is really difficult right now. I mean, not only are we dealing with the racism aspect, but we're dealing with misogyny too. It's coming from all angles. But one thing I say is like, honey, you just have to be kind, loving, and don't get bitter. No matter what, I wouldn't want my daughters to believe that they're less than. Just because they're girls or just because they're people of color. They are just as good, if not better, than anyone out there. I just want them to know that and believe that and have the confidence in themselves. So my job is to let my daughters know, like, you guys are great as you are. You don't have to be different. You don't have to fit in. You don't have to do whatever you need to do to be special. You already are special. My hope for my kids is that this whole racist wave that we're seeing come up in America gets squashed quickly by the people who know better. And I want my daughters to always speak up, whether it's the boardroom, the classroom, the living room, wherever it is, to let them know, like, this is not okay. I want them to see differences. I want them to understand that people are different from them. And that's okay.
High five. I saw him.
There's people who look back on the civil rights movement right now, current day, like, gosh, that was horrible what black people went through. Gosh, it was terrible. Now, the thing I tell them is, like, what you're doing right now, since history is starting to repeat itself, what you're doing right now is what you would have done back then. So if you would have stepped up and would have marched with us and done that, great. You probably would have done that then too. And I always think about my daughters. I think about them when they grow up to be my age and they sit down and hang out with me like, hey, Dad, what did you do when that stuff was happening back in 2018? What were you doing? Did you do anything to help? And I want to give them an answer. I want my kids to look at me and be proud of me. That's what I try to teach them, is that love is so powerful. Hate is such a burden to bear, and that's what Martin Luther King said, so I choose love. And I hope my daughters choose love too.
Hello Today fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.